watching News 24 Live. The English Premier League season is finally underway, as is the local PSL season. I've got our two footy analysts from Sport 24 in studio, Wade Pretorius and Tashreeq Warden, to give us a recap of the first round and some other soccer issues. Gents, thanks very much for coming in, and good to have you back.
Yeah,
it's been a while.
It's good to be back.
Good
so
season so far.
Tash, I'll start with you. We've just finished off a suspended game because of technical issues, load shedding, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
Supersport, Orlando Pirates. So as a whole, how was the first round of the PSL?
As a whole, it was interesting to say the least, because of your normal 4-day fixture rounds, it was extended to 6 days because of Orlando Pirates, who are participating in the CAF Confederations Cup, and they took on CS Sfaxien on Saturday, which they won 2-0. So their fixture was moved to Tuesday. However, in the 63rd minute, or the 62nd minute at least, there was speculation surrounding that it was load shedding. So the Peter Mokaba Stadium was in pitch darkness. From there onwards, after an hour delay, stadium management and PSL commissioners and so forth, the coaches alike, came together, and things were brought into proportion that it was not indeed load shedding, and it was a technical failure with a lighting issue and the floodlights. It even went as far as Eskom releasing a statement stating that there was no load shedding and that it was a light failure. However, earlier today,
They completed the game this morning.
They completed
Supersport United. 1-1-0.
1-1-0.
Okay.
Yeah. So Michael Boxwell, the New Zealand international, got his debut goal last night. So that is in for him as well. But Orlando Pirates in the last, they finished the last 28 minutes at 12 today. So they looked edgy, and they looked like they are fatigued, because we could see that in last night's game as well. Supersport United as well has defended pretty well. They brought in Pungani Kumalo and so forth. So it's interesting season ahead. Bidvest Wits won their first game against Ajax Cape Town at the Bidvest Stadium, 2-1. Kaizer Chiefs drew against Chippa United 0-0 at the same stadium where they won Chippa United in their last game. I think it was like 2-0 or 4-0 in their last game, where they raised the trophy. What else? Good start for Gordon Egerson with a 1-0 victory over Orlando Pirates. Polokwane City continuing where they left off with a 3-2 victory over Bloemfontein Celtic, who Celtic got over a shocking victory over Mamelodi Sundowns midweek because of the MTN 8 Cup. So there's been lots of things going on in terms of PSL football. So non-stop, 1.5 weeks non-stop of football, with the cup games, with the PSL and so forth. So yeah.
Sounds good. Wade, and Kaizer Chiefs, are they over all their sort of transfer issues, and is Tumela Kune back at Naturina for good? What's the situation there?
Yeah, I think now at Kune's age, signing this deal, I think that's where he will stay for the rest of his career. As for Chiefs being over their transfer issues, Mashimate has signed for a club in Sweden, so he's officially gone. Manda Masango, it appears the door is shut, but who knows? He hasn't signed a new deal. He could yet turn up in a week's time. Little whisper that he's spotted at Naturina, and then 3 days' time he's back, and he comes out with the Kune statement that he never really left, and he's happy with the club, and he's there to perform and play and carry on as a Chiefs player. Yeah, so I think Chiefs, it was an unwanted distraction in the off-season. They lose their coach, and then they're now scrambling about these players. There's transfer rumours that they might have had a bid turned down for Sibisi Subelakazi from Wits. So things have not really gone according to plan for them. Much like Orlando Pirates, they didn't really have a pre-season with all their African continental competition commitments. So the PSL it's off with a bang, but as Tashreeq says, there's football matches, different competitions flying in from all angles. So it's great to be a fan again, after that 2-month break or whatever, however long it was.
And there's still like 2 weeks left, or 2.5 weeks left, because of the transfer window. So there are still players that can come in and affect different teams. So I think coaches will probably decide in their last week which areas they need to improve on. So Kaizer Chiefs, Orlando Pirates, the big money clubs are still delving into different clubs, into which players they can steal. There was a story released today that Sibusiso Vilakazi, Chiefs has been hunting him throughout the off-season as well, that they rejected a 9 million rand bid this morning. So that is one of the transfers that will be going on for the next couple of weeks.
Okay, interesting stuff. And moving abroad, Wade, English Premier League, that started this weekend as well.
Yeah.
Seemed like sort of wins for most of the big guns. Anything that stood out for you this weekend?
Yeah, well, Chelsea didn't manage to beat Swansea. Swansea, a tricky a game to play on the opening day. But from that match, the talking point is, and it hasn't stopped, is how Jose Mourinho scolded his club doctor for running onto the pitch near the end of the game when she thought that Eden Hazard was in trouble. And she's subsequently been sort of banned from team hotels and training and all sorts of things. So, but I think that's a ploy from Mourinho. He likes to do that. Takes away the focus point that his team didn't start off the season with the win, and nobody even remembers the result from that game because everyone's talking about this club doctor. Yeah. I mean, it's typical Mourinho. I think the first time he coached the Premier League, we didn't see it as clear, but now I think everyone's wisened up to his tricks in his games. But yeah, as you say, most of the other teams won. The wins for Liverpool, City looked great against West Brom. United squeaked past Spurs. Shock result was definitely West Ham easing past Arsenal with that 16-year-old youngster keeping Mesut Ozil in his back pocket for the entire game. I think that was probably the highlight for me from the weekend, was just seeing a guy thrown into the deep end and performing like that.
Okay, great guys, thank you.
Thanks.